What up, party poopers? Start pooping right now. This is the only channel you need to watch while you take a dump because I am your poop coach, Shizzles and Giggles. I'm here to guide you to make sure you don't take a long dump because that would be bad for your health. Today is Wednesday, April 30th, 2025. Breaking news. GDP has gone negative. That's right, the US gross domestic product, which is a measurement of how well the economy is doing, is negative 0.3. That means it shrank or it contracted 0.3%. And the classic definition of a recession is 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP. So we are 1 quarter in, although these are just this is the first estimate. Usually there's 3 estimates total. It'll come later in the month, the next one, and then another month later, the following one will come. So I don't gamble, first of all, with the exception of cryptocurrency, if you consider that gambling. But economic experts and analysts, I trust Kalshi and Polymarket, which are gambling sites, more than these so-called experts. And on Polymarket and Kalshi, now the prediction of a 2025 recession has gone up to approximately 70%, maybe 66 or 71, something like that. So I kind of called it. That if you look at my previous video, one of my previous videos, I said that Trump wants the stock market to crash so that he and his rich friends can buy in. And he also wants a recession so that he could blame it on the previous administration, Biden's administration. Anyway, at this time, we're at or near the 2-minute mark. So if you haven't made any progress on your poop taking, please stop trying to poop, precautionarily wipe your butt, get up and move on with your day. If you are making progress, your turtle head has popped out, let's continue. So in other economic news, the PCE, which is what the Federal Reserve likes to use to measure inflation, personal consumption expenditure, nothing too outrageous there. I believe month over month it was expected 0% and it came in at 0%. For year over year it was expected at 2.2%, but it came in slightly hotter, 2.3. So that means inflation hasn't gone away. And for core PCE, which strips out volatile numbers such as housing and food, I believe it came in at 0 also, month over month, and it was expected either 0 or 0.1, so not too much going on there. And year over year, I believe it was also 2.2. But basically, not a whole lot happened there. So in other words, with all that said, that means that there's less reason for the Fed to cut interest rates. So if stock markets are tanking, which they are a little bit based on the GDP news today. So if they are tanking, the Fed is a little bit less likely to come in to try to cut interest rates to try to save the day for the stock markets. And also, UPS announces that it's laying off 20,000 people due to it's kind of a planned layoff. It wants to reduce its reliance on Amazon because I guess it just wasn't profitable for them, for UPS. They don't want to focus on Amazon as much, so they're trying to cut their business down a little bit to focus more on profit generating deliveries. And speaking of Amazon, yesterday also Amazon considered revealing next to certain items how much the price increase and what amount due to tariffs. However, President Trump called Jeff Bezos and they talked it out, and Amazon's no longer doing that. And speaking of Trump, his administration is trying to work out a deal with Ukraine right now. Ukraine is preparing to sign a raw materials deal with the US in return for US aid, military aid. At the same time, Trump is criticizing Volodymyr Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, because the Ukrainian president is refusing to give up land to Russia. So that pretty much wraps it up for this video. We're at or near the 5-minute mark, so please stop pooping, wipe your butt, flush, get up, and move on with your day. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, poop heads. Till next time.